Hey Aquarius, this is your general tarot reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of April. Aquarius, let's do as we always do. We're going to shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, we're going to talk about the energies that you may feel this month. So there's your first card. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Magic, the Ace of Fire. In a fire season, this is Aries season, so something's being reignited in you, reawakened as we start the month. So I'm going to lay that card down, as I said, and we'll wait on all the right ones and we'll get stuck into the energy now, Aquarius. So we're leaving behind March, still feeling the effect of the full moon that happened for you in Libra in your 9th house. And unusually enough, this month again, there's another full moon on April 19th in Libra in your 9th house. This doesn't happen very often. So last month and this month, your wants and needs and desires, the thing that you're so connected to, so absorbed by, is the desire for freedom. Maybe for those of you in a relationship, you and your partner going off and living a life where there are no telephone calls to answer, where there are no annoying neighbors, where there are no annoying details, just out there in the wild, being free, born free, a bit like that. It's on your, at a soul level, you just want to take your mind out of all the details that are currently distracting you and booking a vacation, spending time in nature, going out on your bicycle, out for a jog, just clearing the smallness of this world from your psyche. And you feel that you can elevate yourself a little better and get this kind of emotional higher perspective going on. The same with things that you might be interested in this month, Aquarius. It'll be more deep subject matter, maybe even religious material, spiritual material, deep thinkers, the people who know the answers of this universe. So you'll be looking to all types of deep thinkers, philosophers, for answers this month, going through YouTube and finding TED Talks to see if somebody knows how to rescue me from this crazy, mad world. So there's a lot of that going on. For some of you, it marks a period of deep focus on deep subjects. Maybe if you're studying something, you might have to really put all your energy now into absorbing the information, absorbing not just the small details, but what does it all mean? These are all pieces of the puzzle, but what is the greater picture here? Yeah, so there's a lot of that kind of vibe. Wanting to escape a little bit because you know that it will bring back a certain kind of balance. There are small details in your life, small puzzles in your life that need a higher perspective, that need bigger answers. But that doesn't mean that you're getting away from the small details, because we have the sun in the 3rd house, where all your actions, all your day-to-day stuff is going to be completely driven by appointments, keeping dates, driving people here, driving family members there. You have to go here, there. It's like you're the one doing all the runs, to school runs, supermarket runs, doctor's appointments, everything. It's go, go, go. And a lot of people might be coming to you this month via telephone, via social media, WhatsApp or whatever, and contacting you. You might have a lot of people keeping that cell phone really burning hot, contacting you and talking to you. And I don't know, maybe through some of these conversations, they help you define the bigger picture. So you'll be kept busy, but it's a good thing. Get out there, communicate, and just for this month, be part of the day-to-day scene with all the people who are just maybe thinking a little bit. Is it fair to say smaller? More so that they are dealing with micro things in their life. That's kind of what you'll be doing, dealing with micro things. Yeah. Anyway, so we open the month with Mercury in Pisces and Venus in Pisces. Pisces for you represents money. All about deep imagination, trying to explore how to make more money. Yeah, that's on your mind this month. On your mind, it's, I will figure out this fog, this nebulous kind of issue in front of me, to clear the mists, so I can figure out what's going on with my money. Yeah, and maybe you might come up with some good solutions about where to find money, because there's this thing again of, we touched upon it last month, of your confidence is growing. We know because we spoke about it for maybe 3 months, about you changing your image, getting more self-confident. Well, here's the month where you get to play with that, have fun with it, be kind of Mr. and Mrs. Confident, so that's quite nice. Now, with Mars in Gemini in the 5th house of fun, pleasure, creativity, taking a few risks. Some of you might be saying, I need some money to go and maybe do a little bit of risky financial stuff. Maybe just play the lottery. But some of you really want to get stuck in on creating new ideas to make money, creating and from a different perspective, because you've the moon last month and this month in the 9th house, from a totally different perspective, with a totally different set of details, maybe sun in the 3rd house. I'm going to break through this mystery and try to create new ways of making money. Yeah, but certainly for those of you who do create, if you're a little dab hand at art or something like that, creating something and having fun with it, this is the time. This is where you get your energy back. Energy is restored when you are doing fun and pleasurable things. Like I said, maybe going for a hike, going out and spending a lot of time in nature to cleanse, and get back in touch with that drive and passion to laugh and have fun again. Because things are quite heavy out there at the moment. I don't know if you felt it. You're saying, yes, I felt it. Did I feel it? I felt it. Trust me, I felt it. Yeah, but at least you're being given some sort of reprieve this month. Unlike many of the other signs who are going through some difficulties this month, you at least have Mars on your side, the warrior who said, oh, come on, let's just dive in. Let's just take a risk. Let's take a gamble. Let's just see where we go, roll that dice and see what vacation we're going on. Roll that dice and see what adventure I want to do in my life. So there's an element of that, yeah. And this is a card of feeling satisfied and happy, feeling that you're more connected with making your dreams come true, particularly those financial dreams. Your mind is on it, your desire is on it. And now you want to have a little bit of fun with it. So I do sense there could be some flutter of maybe wanting to take a little risk with money here and there, but please, Aquarius, as I always say to people, there's no harm in taking little risks with money here and there, as long as you're prepared. If you don't win, don't get yourself stuck. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be creating something that brings you joy, not creating misery, by throwing all your earnings on that horse there because you like its name. That's not the kind of fun you're looking for. But other things that are going on, April 5th, new moon in Aries in the 3rd house. You see, Aries season is all about the 3rd house, communicating. You want to open up and start talking to people again. You want to open up and start finding out key bits of information where you see you've been lacking all the right bits and pieces of information. You want to pull it together so that you can, as I said, solve some mysteries in your life. You're beginning, to understand that if you want this big picture, big pictures are made up of tiny, tiny little pieces usually. And it's the tiny, tiny pieces now that you need to start gathering and putting in like that jigsaw to create your big picture. Hope I'm not being too cryptic by that. It's almost like a month where you have a big vision, have a big desire to see that big vision take place. Have a desire to expand, to express, to be a bit freer, to bring that balance back to your life, to have fun doing it. But as I said, recognizing that it is small details that make that happen. In the big machine, there are tiny, tiny little wheels that make it turn. And these tiny bits of information are tiny little wheels. One of those go missing, then the whole machine stops working. So that's key. And especially for those who are studying, focus on the small details this month. Very, very much so. And that could really help you out Now, Mercury on April 17th goes into Aries. Again, your mind is on the business of things, connecting with people, maybe connecting with brothers and sisters, neighbours, doing fun things with people, connecting with new contacts. If you work where you need to contact new clients, you're connecting. It's reaching out, you're reaching out and they're reaching out back. So there's a lot of conversations. You'll be kept active, definitely. You'll be kept on your feet, that is for sure. So make sure there's plenty of gasoline in the car, or make sure there's plenty of gasoline in you, because there is going to be the need for it. You're going to be kept full on busy. And you know, it's a fun time. So really, it's kind of busy, but fun busy. Busy doing things that you're okay with. I like doing that. You want me to help you do with this? I'll help you with that. You want me to drive you to the airport or something? I'll do that. Yeah, it's no problem. It's kind of you're liking the energy, Aquarius, so it's good. Venus then on April 20th goes into Aries in the 3rd house. This again could be where you see an opportunity to make new money because you've been out there connecting with people, because you've heard the word on the street. You've been standing on corners and listening to what's going on out there. And because you've gotten key bits of information, you could figure out by April 20th how to make some money from that information that has been passed on to you. But certainly how to understand how you can organize yourself in a way where you can get moving with your coin. Yeah. Collaboration, upgrading your skills is also another thing that happens this month, where you could be meeting people to brush up on your skills. Maybe you do have a natural talent that you've kind of let it slide a little bit, and now you're inspired by people again to brush up those beautiful Aquarian skills. Brush them up, baby, and get them back working for you again. Now, Jupiter is retrograding this month on April 10th. Jupiter retrograding in Sagittarius in the 11th house. Again, it's about going places, going into your future. Jupiter wants to expand everything, and he's expanding this vision. It's all vision. Aquaria vision. Aquaria vision is now expanding into the future. But this month, between now and August, Jupiter is saying, I will give you exactly what you want. But first we must slow down to find out what it is that you want. What do you want from your future? What does it look like? Have you an image of it? Have you a picture of it? Have you filled in all the details? Have you given me the blueprint so that by August I have the great big master plan and I can take you into that place where Aquarius wants to head, you know? A lot of that, is future places, future thinking places with new faces, new people, new environments. I get the feeling that it's time, if you see yourself living in a different place in a few years' time, if you see yourself in a whole new group of people with a whole new team and work, doing a whole new futuristic life for yourself, then Jupiter is saying, let's really nail this. Let's really understand how that works. Let's visualize it. You see, this is for those of you who really do work with the law of attraction or the power of visualization or manifesting things in your life. This is where Jupiter is really encouraging you to do that. It could be that you literally get a journal, lots of energy in Aries season for the 3rd house, writing things down. Draft up a real plan for your future. How it looks like ideally for you. Who's going to be there? Where will you be? What's the environment like? What's the work like? What's everything like? Down to the smallest detail. Expand that before August. And then once you have, as I said, that blueprint ready, you hand it to Jupiter and he expands your great big vision. So it's a gift. It is a gift. Some of you, though, around between now and August will be kind of feeling the Jupiter retrograde as having to go back and think about your current environment. What don't you like about it? What isn't working for you? Is it the right place to be living? Is it the right town, city, country to be living in? Is it progressive enough? Are the people around you still going to be part of this future journey with you? You know, it's just who are you taking with you? Don't forget to include that in your visualization. So that's kind of very strong there. Other things that are happening, April 20th, Sun goes into Taurus, joining Uranus there in Taurus, your ruler Uranus, in the 4th house. I believe there really are shake-ups happening for you, maybe in your private life, in your family life, or where you currently live. Not being satisfied or happy with where you are right now in your life. Not feeling that it's resonating with your soul anymore. And some of you could really want to change everything up. And maybe by April 20th, you get a better flow. You're more involved in making that happen. You're more involved in, I don't know, attracting or drawing in a better home life for yourself. Better sense of privacy too. Privacy is very important at the moment for you. And not just private inside, private outside, but making your world a calm space. Oh, look, the Aquarius card came out there. Making your world a calm, peaceful place, both inside and outside. So April 20th is where you might see some action to get that moving for you. Now, April 20th, Venus is also going into Aries. We talked about that. Now, here are the two big hitters this month. I have to tell you this, Aquarius. There are two big bat swingers this month. April 24th, Pluto retrograding in Capricorn in your 12th house. April 30th, Saturn retrograding in your 12th house. Okay, so between now and say September, October, they'll be retrograding. And this is where all the energy turns internal. It all goes inwards. Saturn goes inside. And you said, wait a minute, I just made private space here. I was making this private space so nobody could come in. That doesn't mean Pluto and Saturn are invited. Well, they saw that you've cleaned up your home, cleaned up your private space, and they've decided to come in and make themselves comfortable. Yeah. And you're saying that's got to be a bad thing. This is going to hurt, isn't it? It's going to hurt Pluto and Saturn sitting in my private life. Well, a little bit yes, but a little bit no. Because when they come in, they're coming in to sit down and have that talk. That talk, the one that you've been avoiding up until now. And you're saying, well, what talk? What talk? Well, the 12th house it is sometimes where we feel abandoned in our lives, where we feel neglected, where we feel alienated. We feel like aliens in this world. And Saturn and Pluto are coming in and saying, we need to talk about this. We need to discuss this. I mean, have you deliberately alienated yourself from the world as a kind of pain response, as I will reject the world before it rejects me any further. I've got control over this. I'm going to pull myself away and hide from people, become antisocial, live in the woods in a hut because you're not going to hurt me anymore. Now, living in the woods in a hut on your own is a wonderful thing, as long as you're not doing it to escape. And that's what Saturn and Pluto are coming in to ask you. Where are you holding on to some strange guilt, excuse me, about feeling abandoned in this world? Where do you remove yourself from society? Where do you hurt other people by pulling away from them before they get to abandon you? These are deep kind of things that are coming out. And the other thing, for some of you, things might crop up that are all about feeling that you didn't have the proper guidance, maybe when you were younger. And because of that, you feel a little bit like an alien in this world, where you didn't create or see or learn the correct boundaries. You didn't learn certain social skills that other people might be totally clued in with. You're saying, how do they just instinctively know how to do that? This is alien shit to me. I would never think of doing certain things that people just seem to carry on in their lives. I would never do that. But the feeling of rejecting societal rules. Now, we know you do that anyway, Aquarius, so that can be quite a healthy thing. Rejecting boundaries, rejecting rules. Good. We love you at that point, because you're saying, you don't just accept what's here. We can go further than this. Healthy, positive. But when you are rejecting things like, I won't have a bank account because the matrix is going to capture me and things like that. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. There is sense to that, because you want to get outside of institutions, structures, things like that. Fine. There's all good logical reasons for wanting to do that. But are the reasons you're doing it for good reasons? That's where I'm trying to go. So you'll be asked these deep questions, and you might be asked, what exactly are you afraid of? What is blocking you? And you say, oh my God, if I knew what that was, I'd fix it. 12th house is where things are hidden to us. So you're saying, it's a freaking mystery to me. What's blocking me? I mean, can't you help me? You're up there with the higher perspective more than all of us, doing your full rotation all around the cosmos. Can you not tell me from your big view what's going wrong? I haven't a clue. All I know is that I keep losing. All I know is that I keep feeling abandoned. All I know is that the only recourse I have is to abandon this world before it hurts me. So, the serious talk is coming, where you get to purge doing the right thing, maybe for some fearful reasons. You want to do all these great things, live in the hut, do your meditation, practice, tap into your divine consciousness, tap into your spirit, escape the matrix and so on. You want to do all of that. You want to live your free life, your forward-thinking life. So nothing can hold you back. No hidden restrictions could be holding you back. No hidden phobias. A strange fear of flying, or a strange fear of authority figures. A strange fear of losing control. Strange fear of absolutely not letting anybody in, because they will never gain control over me. I am independent. I am autonomous. I will drive this on my own. Do you see where I'm trying to go here? All the things you're doing are positive, driving your life on your own, living freely, living progressively, living outside of the matrix in some cases, living this brand new future life. But the question is, are you doing it because you're a slave to the consequences of not doing that? Just be free. Do those wonderful Aquarian big vision things, not out of sense of fear, but because you've no fear. Because you're free. So it's going to get a bit heavy like that. But it's worth it, because around September, October, when Pluto and Saturn start going direct again, they will have helped you remove some of these fears. They will have helped you kind of see where you have wrongly disconnected with certain things, maybe for the wrong reasons. I mean, even social media, maybe everybody says Aquarius, 11th house rules social media. Many of the Aquarians I know have no clue how to use social media. It's true. I mean, I remember asking an Aquarius once saying, are you on Twitter? Do you tweet? And he just said to me, what do you think I am, a canary? Do I tweet? Hadn't a clue. So it's connect with the right things for the right reasons, and unplug from the wrong things for the right reasons. Balance, balance, balance. Been helped by last month and this month with the full moon in Libra. Balance your perspective on these things, and you will receive the gift of clearing up any old crappy karma that has been holding you back from going into your proper future, Aquarius. So it's worth doing. It's gorgeous. It's worth a little bit of pain in order to get all the gain. Yeah, no pain, no gain. Yeah. You're saying, oh God, did you say pain word? Pain word, Is this just a period in humanity's existence where we've all got to go through pain, where we're all being flogged here? Well, what the hell? It does feel like that, doesn't it? That's why I want to escape. That's why I want to live in a hut on my own, under the sun, under the rain. I don't care what weather it is. I just want to get away. Don't want to be subject to the whims of the cosmos anymore. Which is strange, because you're very interested in things like that, and the movement of energies, in the cosmic energies. But even you now are at the point of saying, well, shit to this. I am not a slave to you either. And that's another question Pluto and Saturn will be asking. Are you a slave to us, or are you working with us? We want you to work alongside us, shoulder to shoulder. We don't want to be flogging you. You're not the donkey. You're supposed to be up here managing this energy with us and foreseeing what's coming next. That's your job. You only get slapped and flogged when you're not doing that. You know? Yeah, so it's a bit like that. Anyway, so enough of that. Enough of that. Let's get a few more cards going on. So it's busy energy. And I think we kind of covered the majority of the vibe going on there. But, two cards coming out. But we do know money, making decisions about money are definitely on your mind, and coming up with creative new ways to maybe even handle debts, or to make sure that you don't just bleed out your bank account while you're trying to create something this month. So it's on your mind. Let's get a few of those cards going here, Aquarius. Ooh, nice union card, union. Full moons in Libra last month and this month, uniting with people. Yeah, let's see. Moon. So the moon is affecting you strongly. It's affected, yeah, judgment. Shit needs to be called up to be dealt with. We know that. One more card, Aquarius. And it's this. Strength. Ta-da! There's a happy ending after all, where you get stronger. You slay your demons, which is ultimately what Saturn and Pluto are trying to get you to do. Slay those phobias, slay those fears, slay those demons, and come out absolutely the boss at the end. So Aquarius, finally, after a long introduction, let's go over, ta-da, to the big grand overview. So I think Mars is helping this along. Mars in your 5th house is doing its very best to bring back that sense of balance, where you're doing more fun things, more creative things, where everything now that you're putting your energy into is keeping you busy and keeping you motivated and keeping you happy and challenging you. You've been handed the gauntlet. I challenge you to make your life happier. I challenge you to go out and have fun. I challenge you to let your hair down and take your mind off all your worries and concerns, because they're going to come anyway, it seems, this month. So at least you're supported by taking on the challenge. Some of you are taking on a challenge, yeah. And it seems to be a very positive thing happening in your life. Now, for some of you with Mars in the 5th house, there could be a new child coming into the family. Maybe it's a new child to you or to a family member or a friend, but this makes you really happy. There's new life coming your way, a new spark. And it just makes you sit back and go, this is the good stuff of life. This is why I do what I do. This is the one that makes me feel that all is not lost. This is the one that makes me feel that there are still good things out there in this world that can be experienced. I'm feeling good. But somebody sparks something up in you, definitely this month. Aries season, certainly, the fire card, sparking you up. You're a little spark plug this month, Aquarius. And it makes you happy because you feel the momentum, you feel the movement, and you like that. You like when you feel that things are moving, going, changing, that the wind is clearing something out. Yeah, you like that. I don't know why I'm getting this image, but I think some of you might be invited to either an event, a party, a birthday this month, or somewhere where there's really good food. Aries season, good food to them is anything that's burnt, anything that's put on a spit and roasted, and with a lot of red wine too. But there's good food and good camaraderie this month for you, Aquarius. So take every opportunity to go out and have fun, and take every invitation, as a, yeah, I'll do that, I'll go, I'll be there. What time? I will be there. Yeah. Because it's in this communication where Aquarius communicating seriously with other people about their skills. They might brush you up. You remember a few moments ago I said your skills have gotten a little bit idle and lazy. You've neglected brushing them up somewhat. And it's meeting these people this month, maybe at these parties, events, organised things, Aries birthday at the start of the month, Taurus birthday at the end of the month. Maybe it's just time to let other people, not influence you, but inspire you. You're looking at other people, you're seeing the work they're doing, and you're saying, I can do that too. So there's some of you maybe wanting to collaborate with other people. Let's come in together and take a risk and do something together. Let's create something together. Let's, the two of us, put a little bit of coin together and, I don't know, maybe start some trade, some business that we can be proud of, show off our skills, show off our talents. Because this might be the very thing that takes me into the future, where I have some sense of control over where my future is going. But certainly good advice through random yet serious conversations. It'll be like at this event or this party or this thing, you'll be standing with a glass of wine or whatever, beer, tequila, whatever, or water. I'm not assuming all of you drink, but you'll be standing in a corner, being your beautiful Aquarius self, and you might meet another person over the buffet table or over the roast spit, and you just might start talking about something, and you will find yourself in one of those conversations, you know, where the two of you are really getting stuck into some, well, tell me more about that, explain more about that, and they'll be opening up and unpacking something that they do, and it will ding, 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 just inspire you. And not so much that you're really impressed with what they do, but you will be, but you're impressed with them and also feeling motivated that they've made me feel that anything is possible. They've made me feel that I can also do this thing. So you're motivated, yeah. And look, you're definitely motivated to move away from some big indecision here. Indecisions about lots of things in your life. Undecided about how to move, maybe within your career, your finances, relationships, friendships, partnerships. And it was all, I'm undecided. It's all the details, it's too much information. I can't think freaking straight how to solve half of these things. I can't think. But this month you're being given that last emotional purge to finally see where you're supposed to go, to finally realize that maybe what you need is to take a big adventure, maybe certainly just take a vacation. But you do need to clear your mind. It's like information overload mid-month. You do need to be getting out as much as you can in nature, wherever you can. And even if you just, fake plan, fantasy vacation, just sit on the internet maybe one afternoon on the weekend or whatever, wherever you've got time, and just explore where you'd like to go, even if you don't have the coin now. At least start visualizing your adventure, which we touched upon already. Jupiter retrograding in Sagittarius, who wants the big adventure. Well, start visualizing it. If there was ever a month to really visualize and work that law of attraction, vision board stuff or journal stuff, this is it. Write that magic into your life. Write that new adventure as an extra chapter in the Aquarius book of life. You're writing your own chapters. So make sure they're interesting and make sure that the adventure is worth it. Make sure that you get that prize at the end, whatever it is that you want. Yeah, so it's fantasy and imagination. We very often underestimate them. This world often calls them ridiculous, but it's your fantasy and imagination and your visualization that actually holds the answers. So meditate on that this month. Now, here we have the energy of being clear then. Once you do the things we talked about, then it's clear to you where you're supposed to be giving your time and energy. Clear how to pay off some debt. maybe you won't do it all in April, but it's starting to become clearer. I get it now. I get what I'm supposed to be doing. All I need to do, they're the pieces of the puzzle. This. It makes sense. I can make something of this. Same with relationships. Who do you give your time, effort and energy to? Friendships, business partners, the same thing. The unions that you make. Seeing now how to bring them back into some sort of balance, where it's not all give by you and take by them, or vice versa in some cases. But there's a mutual union, a mutual meeting where every one of you are on the same page. Fairness, now this is with Libra moons coming in last month and this month. Fairness is everything. Everybody paying their share, everybody contributing their share, everybody being fair to one another. That's what's on your mind. That's what you're judging and weighing up here this month. It's very strong. Now, for some of you, I will say this, there could be new love this month, certainly new attraction. Very much so. New attraction. You're drawing them in this month because you have Venus in the second house, luring them in with your self-confidence, your brilliant laugh, your smile, your character. Now that you're looking great again, you've kind of gotten rid of all the sports sweat clothes, and you're brushed up and polished up to your best, Aquarius. You're attracting people. And I think there's a real moment where mid-month, you're kind of saying, maybe around April 20th, you're kind of saying, is this something I can get into? Can I get into a relationship? Because I think you might be offered a new relationship. That's both those of you in a relationship and the singles. You could be very highly attracted to somebody new this month. And you're weighing that up and saying, is this what I want in my life? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But there's an element as something that you really want in your life coming together, that you're having a moment of, do I or don't I? Will I or won't I? For the singles, if it is an opportunity to find a wonderful new love, take it. I know you want to kind of decide who's real and who's fake. This is the assayer, the one who determines the quality of gold. If I bite into this, will it bend and buckle? Or is it the real thing? So you're weighing up a new relationship maybe on offer to you to see whether it's the real thing. And again, for those of you in a relationship, again, you're weighing up the relationship in some way, shape or form to see how you can get it back into shape. Because you do seem to really love each other, Aquarius. You do seem to have that good bond with each other. So that's nice. Now, coming towards the end of the month, the moon, the full moon in Libra, in your 9th house, 9, is really pushing you. It's saying, come on, you need to do this thing. You need one big last push to make your dream happen and to take the fears out of it. To start trusting your instinct, start trusting your gut, and take these phobias or hidden things. Do that, like we said earlier, do everything in your life now, Aquarius, for the right reasons. Unplug from the world if you want, for the right reasons. Become an antisocial person if you want, but for the right reasons. Push towards your future, not from fear. Not from feeling that I must do this because all else is lost. But because your instinct is clean, it's clear, and under its moon glow and gentle soft glow, it is guiding you to your future. So it's like towards the end of the month there is extra push needed, extra push. To do what? To finally clean all the things we spoke about up. Saturn and Pluto are coming in like the great judge and jury. They'll be there for September, October retrograding, and this is where it's really time. This is a gift. I really mean it, Aquarius. This is like you're saying, a gift. I've got shit to be getting on with my life. I don't need to be entertaining these two clowns. It's not a gift. It's a gift. An absolute, deep, powerful, long-lasting and enduring gift. To get this unwanted shadow stuff clean from your beautiful Aquarian temple. The fears that might come up. It's time to let them. Do not suppress them. Don't suppress them. Don't think you're going mad either. With the moon there, it's a little warning there. If some of the feelings come up that might be very complicated this month, don't think you're going mad. It's the opposite. You're not going mad. You're regaining your sanity. Because when you're finished with that, you will have accumulated such strength. You're letting something go once and for all. You're letting go some sadnesses, deep sadnesses, long-held, vague sadnesses. Maybe not even entirely sure why you're sad, why you go into bouts of depression, why you become antisocial for maybe weeks, months, years on end, why you just don't like people sometimes. It's a vague, it's almost like always watching over your shoulder. You don't know why you're doing it, but you've just a vague feeling that there's always something to be running away from, always something that you've always to be ahead of and not to let it ever catch you. Like the monster under the bed when we're kids. It's like you might have not realized that he's kind of still there. But I know as an adult now you're checking under the bed and you're saying, but he's not there anymore. And that's the logic that Aries season is bringing to you, Aquarius, third house, bringing logic and understanding. There is no monster under the bed. There really isn't. There is nobody abandoning you. There is nobody trying to capture you and put you in a fairy jar and say, you're mine now. There's nobody doing that. So you can be free of that eternal escapist thing of, I must always try to run away from being captured. But by who? I don't know. Somebody. By whom? I don't know. I think it's the monster under my bed. There are no monsters under your bed. Sorry, and that's what you're learning this month, you know. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave it at that. And as you know, this is the general landscape of the month ahead. You know what to do by now to come along to the VIMEO readings to get all the deep stuff about relationships for the singles too. What kind of energy is out there with these two crazy bitches, Pluto and Saturn retrograding in my private life? We can talk about money and career. We can talk about family, friends, issues where you live, all things like that. We'll open it all right out, Aquarius, and explore, get those pieces of the puzzle and create the big picture for you so that you can move ahead. So we do that on the VIMEO readings, the deep read, link down there below. Come along again. If you haven't been to it before, I cordially invite you. So do come. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Aquarius, I'm going to leave it at that. And of course, as always, my gorgeous, I'm going to leave you with all my love and a really, really big kiss from me to you. And a really extra big kiss for you if you ever have the fear that the monster's under the bed, because he's not there. So, mwah, mwah. Until next month, my beauty. Bye.